Oh my God, you are going to learn today. You are going to learn. Listen, guys, Sleepy Joe has been talking real greasy lately. That old man is talking real tough. Now, I understand earlier today he was talking about ramping up the mandates. It seems now that he is mandating all federal employees to get the jab. There will be no options for testing. You're just going to do this. And of course, he's encouraging all of the private businesses and stuff like that to follow suit. And now they're also talking about, in some states, requiring kids 12 and older to get the jab. And of course, people are clapping for this like walruses. It's about time. Stick it to them. It's about the unvaccinated messing it up for all of the vaccinated, he says. Well, in case you guys haven't been paying attention, you will soon be considered unvaccinated, even if you've had the 2 shots. Stop saying that you're fully vaccinated. You're not. Okay, let's talk about that. This is the gospel according to Mark with a C. He is I and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind, and you heard me motherfucking right. You will no longer be considered fully vaccinated with just the 2 doses. All right, now let's hear from your Lord and Savior, Anthony Fauci, okay? Because I saw this article and it's all over the place, but I saw it a few days ago and I said I wanted to talk about it, but it got away from me. But since everything is ramping up with the mandates and everyone is talking that talk about sticking it to the unvaccinated, let's talk about this, okay? This was on WebMD, this particular one that I'm reading from. And it says here, Fauci foresees full vaccination, including booster shots. Now, I know some of you, no matter what you say, they're going to be like, yeah, well, we knew that. Yeah, well, we knew that. Yeah, you knew it like 5 years ago, right? You can't tell these people anything. You know what I mean? Talk about the denial that these people are in. You know, no matter what you say, no matter how much these people keep pushing, you got the sheep who are just there like, well, we already knew that. Well, when you really think about it, it makes sense. All right, so it says here, the phrase fully vaccinated will eventually change to mean a person who has gotten a booster shot, not just the initial doses of a COVID-19 vaccine, predicted Anthony Fauci, MD, the White House chief medical advisor. During a White House briefing on Thursday, a reporter asked Fauci if he thinks the United States will follow the example of Israel and require people to get a 3rd dose. Whoop. Okay, back it up. Okay, recently, Israel has been talking about requiring a 4th dose to be considered fully vaccinated. Now, keep in mind, guys, Israel is ahead of us, all right? Their vaccination rates are higher than us. Their breakthrough infection rate is higher than ours as well, all right? But the majority of their population, I believe, is fully vaccinated, yet here are those breakthrough infections. Go figure! You know what I mean? And now they're saying that the 3rd dose might not be enough. They're saying prepare yourself for the 4th dose. And of course, yeah, well, we knew that was going to happen all along. We knew it. No big surprise here. When you really think about it, it makes sense. So anyway, it says here, whether they would follow the example of Israel and require people to get a 3rd dose of either of the 2-dose vaccines to be considered fully vaccinated. Fauci, who's also the director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, said the FDA, house of virtue that it is, you can't buy them off. You can't pressure them into doing something that is not safe. Not them. They are the untouchables. Just call them Elliot Ness. All right. And other government agencies will make that decision. And then Anthony Fauci says, but from my own experience as an immunologist, I would not at all be surprised if the adequate full regime or regimen for vaccination will likely be 3 doses. He discussed data from Israel involving more than 100 million or more than 1 million people that shows giving a booster shot after the 2-dose Pfizer vaccine produced a substantial positive impact. Israel, like the United States, has been battling a dangerous surge of Delta variant infections. Yes, and like I said before, the breakthrough infection rate over there is through the roof. Okay, you got people who are getting sick, even though they got 3 doses. Okay, so you walking around being arrogant, talking about stick it to those unvaccinated and how the unvaccinated shouldn't be treated. And we're just tired of pulling these people along and suffering for the unvaccinated. Well, welcome to the party, pal. You're going to be considered unvaccinated as well. You are no longer considered fully vaccinated until they tell you that you've had enough boosters and enough doses. But right now, as it stands, get ready for that third dose in order to be considered fully vaccinated. So, like I said before, you got the 2 is not enough. Okay, by the way, talking about Israel, Israel is the primary source of data that the world is getting as far as like all of the new discoveries about, the virus and, the breakthroughs and stuff. And you know what they discovered, like a couple of weeks ago? They discovered that natural immunity gives you much, much better protection than any current vaccine that's out there. That's a fact, okay? And not to say that getting COVID is preferable, because it is not. There is a place for vaccines, guys. It just has to be safe, because if you have the choice between getting COVID or getting a vaccine to prevent you from getting COVID, then I would think that getting that vaccine would be the way to go. Okay, but the only hitch for a lot of free-thinking, rational, logical people out there is that there just hasn't been enough time to ensure long-term safety. That's what this is about. All right, but the fact of the matter is that millions of people are getting the virus and recovering from the virus, and as a result of that, do have natural immunity, and yet you will never hear these people talking about that on the news. You will never hear Fauci talking about it. You won't hear Sleepy Joe talking about it. He's too busy wetting his diaper and falling asleep and checking his watch when he should be honoring the troops who have been paying the sacrifice, the ultimate sacrifice over there in Afghanistan. But no, you'll never hear anybody talking about that, even though the vast majority of people who do get the virus recover. And they do recover with natural immunity, but you will hear nothing about that. Okay, the data is strong, the data is conclusive. Okay, but we're not talking about that because we're so busy trying to push these vaccines. We're so busy trying to implement these mandates that we're completely ignoring that. Requiring children to get this thing, even though children have a very, very low chance of a terrible outcome when it comes to this. Most children get it and they don't even know that they have it. And if they do know that they have it, it's very, very mild. And then they recover from it. And then they have antibodies from it. So all of this scare tactics that they use on the news, talking about there are more and more children who are being infected. They're being infected. They're recovering. And they're having natural immunity. That's actually a good thing. That's actually the best possible outcome. All right. But like I said before, who am I? I'm just the guy who's paying attention. And I really do urge everybody else out there to pay attention because this stuff is going very, very quickly. Okay, so I just wanted to give you guys a heads up, okay? If you're walking around thinking that you're fully vaccinated because you got the 2 shots, you're wrong, okay? As it stands right now, Dr. Fauci himself said that he would consider you only to be fully vaccinated if you have that 3rd dose. And they want to follow the example of Israel, who's already up to their 4th dose with a bunch of breakthrough infections. So you tell me where we're heading with all of this. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to let you know where it is, where it stands, and to get your thoughts on all of this, okay? As always, you can get in the comment section and let me know. Don't get in the comment section acting like an ass because I will deal with you. Like I said before, I am in my comment section. I check my comment section. I'm not that dude over there, okay? So take that shit over there. I will deal with you. Okay, so express yourself. There's my dog. Express yourself respectfully or don't bother, okay? Because you won't get anything out of it ultimately. Okay, guys, like, share. I'm going to find out what's up with this puppy. Like, share, subscribe. Catch me on Twitter. If not, I'll catch you on the next one. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on. Smokey. Shut up, Smokey. Jesus.